The first installment of Season 19 Single Quotes Bachelorette two-part finale aired on Tuesday, September 13th, with Bachelorette's Rachel Recchia and Gabby introducing their remaining suitors to their families and having tearful conversations about post-show plans. The second finale will air on Tuesday, September 19th with a 3-hour episode. Here's what to know about what happened in the penultimate episode of the show, including the similar pattern of two frontrunners not being able to commit to proposing, but wanting to continue with the relationship after the final episode. Not recapped are Recchia and Wendy's live expressions as the episode unfolds in front of a live studio audience. If only we could read their minds. Oh, not read ahead. If you have not watched the first part of the Bachelorette Season 19 finale, which aired on September 13th on ABC, in an episode so dramatic that ABC had to unexpectedly extend its 2-hour runtime, The Bachelorette began the conclusion of Season 19, airing the first part of its live finale on Tuesday evening. Leading ladies, Rachel Recchia and Gabby have both dwindled down their suitors to one man each. But will next week's big finale see an engagement for either woman? Both women face similar situations with men who say they love them, but aren't quite ready to propose. The contestants say they want to spend the rest of their lives with Recchia and Wendy, respectively, but hope to experience a more realistic relationship timeline, rather than tying the knot on TV after just a handful of weeks. Unfortunately, it appears both women are giving the men an ultimatum: propose or we're done. Host Jesse Palmer kicked things off for the first part of the Season 19 finale in a live sit-down with the two leads, infused with studio interviews and scenes back from Mexico with the ladies' last remaining men. Zach didn't last long. After Rachel and Zach's confusing fantasy suite date, Bachelor Nation was met with an overly dramatic tease from Palmer on last week's episode that promised the most dramatic finale in Bachelorette history. So what happened? Well, we're still not entirely sure. 5 minutes into Tuesday night's episode, Zach departed after confronting Rachel. Speaking of the strange vibe in the fantasy suite, he said, "To be honest, I thought what I was seeing wasn't the real Rachel. I felt like I was seeing Bachelorette Rachel, not the real Rachel that I'd come to know and love." Rachel took offense to Zach questioning her character, but Zach seems to have gotten a prime Bachelor edit, causing social media to begin their theories that the heartbroken Zach will be the newest leading man of ABC's next male-fronted season. Back in the studio, Zach was welcomed to sit next to Rachel. Zach apologized to Rachel, and she apologized to him, a moment of closure that fully cleared the air. A near-perfect meet the parents with Rachel's family went horribly wrong when Aven told Rachel's best friends that he's not quite ready for an engagement. He says there's no doubt in his mind that he wants to spend his life with Rachel, but proposing seems a bit quick. Engagement is no joke. Marriage is no joke, Aven tells Rachel's friends, in an effort to show how serious he is. To which one of Rachel's friends responds, "Ultimately, it is a red flag. It's not her intention to come home with a boyfriend. I do think even not wanting to be engaged at the end of this process will be a deal breaker." Aven apparently hadn't informed Rachel of this. Needless to say, Rachel is stunned, saddened and bursts into tears. She says there is no way she's not ending the show not engaged. "It's not about not being ready, and I want you to know that nothing has changed in terms of how I feel about you." Aven tells Rachel, "I'm falling in love with you, and I see a life with you after this. I just want to be with you." Rachel and Aven have a heated conversation, and Rachel decides that she can't move forward with Aven because she's so blindsided. Through tears, she tells the cameras that everyone is lying to her and she's incredibly confused. Later in the episode, Rachel introduces her family to Tino and things go swimmingly. Then, she sees Aven again and he might as well be a dead man walking. Aven is deeply apologetic and passionate about professing his deep feelings for Rachel, explaining that although he might not be ready for engagement at the moment, He is in love with her. Rachel says she's done and calls off the relationship. I have no idea where I'm going from here because I didn't think I was going to be leaving here without Rachel. I saw a life with her, a heartbroken Aven says, and I will always think that if I did something different, things would have been different with us forever. Fast forward to current times, and Rachel and Aven sit down with each other in the studio. It's the first time they've spoken since Mexico. Things are amicable enough. Aven is polite and apologetic, and Rachel wishes him happiness in his future.